In our lifespan, we'll all face problems that may be man-made or just part of nature's plan. And the survivors of these life trials show what they are made of when the going gets tough. One good example is Nelson Mandela, who after years in jail still standing tall. Instead of being bitter or being a quitter, he's still sounding his clarion call for equal rights and justice for one and all. Though it has cost him many tears, he still shows that he cares. Even now in his twilight years, in spite of years spent in prison, he's not apartheid's victim, for he turned his scars into stars. He's still influencing millions through books and television, for he turned his scars into stars. That's why when life problems try to suppress me, I just throw them behind in the name of the Almighty. And that gives me the strength to pick myself up and move on. For like Mandela, I want to be an inspiration. Don't care what man has done to me, just been here I claim victory. Cause I turn my scars into stars. I say I turn my scars into stars.
You're alive, you're alive.
During obstacles made me just want to give in. I withstood the pressure that life had to offer. Though I sometimes negative ones help to shape my character, without turning me sour like vinegar. Societal vices were not my choices. That's why my darkness turned to light. But believe me, sisters, it was not an easy fight. So when they say a status quo, my positive actions will be the cock to plug them out. Though I've lost my mother and daughter, I still sing praise to Jaja, for I turn my scars into stars. And to those who still wonder why grief didn't drag me under, I turn my scars into stars. For when life tragedies try their best to overwhelm me, I just throw them behind in the name of the Almighty. And that gives me the strength to pick myself up and move on. For to somebody I can be an inspiration. I don't shack up with misery, for I know it loves company. Instead I turn my scars into stars. I turn my scars into stars.
You're alive, you're alive.
You young people who find life is a struggle, and every time you stumble you get deeper into trouble. So you blame the system for what you're experiencing, making you easy prey when temptations come your way. You think you're bad lucky, well rewind history and pause on the period of slavery. You'll see our ancestry lived in real poverty, but songs of hope were always on their lips. more problems now. Unlike your ancestors, use productive ways to overcome somehow. When the peer pressure of today turning you the wrong way, you have to turn your scars into stars. Erase gang culture from your head and do like me instead, and turn your scars into stars. For when life problems try their best to control me, I just throw them behind in the name of the Almighty, and that gives me the strength to pick myself up and move on. So to your generation, I'll be an inspiration. I may not have much money and the bills piling up monthly, still I turn my scars into stars. So young people, turn your scars into stars.
To the Lord, the Lord. Songs of Queen singing Jackie. Turn her scars into stars, and DJ Marisha just does that on a regular basis. Good evening, my good people. I'm back here this evening, not for long. Just drop in to have a quick chit chat and give some updates and try to keep the thing real, you know. I'm DJ Marisha and I'm coming to you live and direct from my bunker this evening. And this program, you can give it as compliments to the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee. It's very simple. I am here to set a few things straight, not anyone attacking the DJ, but some things I have seen on social media in regards to the parade tomorrow and the situation on 4th Street with the vendors and stuff like that. So we're going to have a quick chit chat because I realize that there are people, either they just support wrong or they just support a party and not thinking. I saw an article last night was scrolling through social media. And that article is in regard to something from St. Kitts Nevis Times, speaking about the size of the vendors' booth and the parade route there at 4th Street, which to me is nothing out of the norm. I can say to you, my good people, I saw something and I saw the chairperson, Ms. Shannon Harley, responded that the headline of the article does not fit with the facts. So I choose to go on the Carnival website to take a look and see what the facts are. And based on what I saw on the Carnival website, that too does not make sense. So I do not know if the Carnival committee chair and the group of people that is responsible for Carnival is living someplace in Dubai, in the cloud, and making decision about 4th Street. But I'm going to present the facts with you this evening like I always do. And you, the citizens at home, locally, regionally, internationally, you can make your decision whether or not the conversation that is taking place at the moment, whether it really makes sense or not. But in my book, that conversation does not add up. So just before we get into the conversation, it's usually on a Wednesday evening I come to you. Today is Tuesday evening, the 31st of December 2024. And I want to take the opportunity to wish you folks online a happy New Year's Eve, Old Year's night. Normally in my day, in my heyday, I will be out there right now preparing for a big session from 12 midnight till 6 in the morning. DJ Marisha have long past that kind of stuff. So I am here this evening just to give a quick update and to have a quick chat. So let me drop this clip anyway, because I'll be here next Wednesday, the 8th of January, with full effects from 2024 into 2025. But take a quick listen to the ad anyway.
Wednesday evenings are heating up. Log on to DJ Marishall's Facebook Live broadcast every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a frank and candid exploration into the social, cultural, political, and economic issues affecting our federation. And just in case you missed it, you can also catch the broadcast on his YouTube channel, DJ Marishall. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and smash that bell. You will be notified whenever he goes live. DJ Marishall, every Wednesday evening, Facebook 6 to 8 p.m. or thereafter on his YouTube channel, DJ Marishall. Log on.
Yes, you heard it right. That's DJ Marishall, and he's here every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. regularly. However, I just came this evening to just give some quick chit-chat and updates in regards to what's transpiring tomorrow, the 1st of January, there on 4th Street. Like I said, there has been some chit-chats about the size of the vendors' booth and stuff there and the 4th Street area. So to clear up the conversation and to give you folks the opportunity to give your input and understand, there's nothing new under the sun. I just drop in this evening. So just before we get into any further into the conversation, let's take another listen to Sister Singing Jackie, because I'm also going to drop a track here, a track out to by the man Big Lights, who folks are going crazy saying that he was cheated or whatever. But folks, there's a criteria that these folks have signed off on, and the judges do the thing. So we're going to get into the conversation as well. But take a quick listen to Sister Singing Jackie about the criteria.
This Calypso competition was open to every man and woman and judged on guidelines we all know as the criteria. So as a practitioner of this cultural art form, who know and why and where it was spawned, I felt qualified to enter the arena. So armed with the knowledge of what judges should be looking for, I did a social commentary on the plight of the school teacher. But what I didn't know, amendments were given in secrecy, based on who you know and who you be in the society. So I hear they were asking who she thinks she'd be. Tell them I'm a strong black woman who is under God's protection. If they still asking who she thinks she'd be, tell them I'm a hard-working teacher, working since I was a teenager. But then when I take the time out to consider my autobio, I ain't seeing it in the criteria. I see points for lyrics, also points for music. I don't see mother or father anywhere in the criteria. So what if I from the rural area? It's not in the criteria.
Get alive, alive!
Explanation as to why I can't pass the semi-finals, but the weakest of all is that I'm a female Calypsonia. They say I'm no Rosandra or Francine, who are revered Calypso queens, and in this land I won't get that recognition. The children tell me how they say that I'm a non-entity, and that no oldie goldie coming in front young singers in this country. It's a well-known fact. When them youngsters come out to sing, they give each other a tongue lashing that the crowd finds entertaining. So I hear they were asking who she thinks she be. Tell them I'm a conscious woman who want what is best for this island. If they still asking who she thinks she be, tell them I'm a true Calypsonian who does pen my own compositions. But then when I take the time out to consider them kind of things, I ain't seen them in the criteria. I seen points for melody and points for clarity. I don't see any arranger anywhere in the criteria. So what if I don't have a friend in culture? It's not in the criteria. Simple warning to those liable for organizing this competition, which now seem to be declining. Every year people have this perception, a whole heap of rigging does be going on. So they're predicting soon no one will be competing. If you really want Calypso's future be big and bright, make sure the decisions that are made reflect what we see and hear the night. Once affiliation should never be a criterion to select the man or woman who will walk away with the crown. But in case this is asking who she thinks she be, tell them I'm a concerned mother who want pedophiles jail forever. If they still asking who she thinks she be, I'm an advocate for women, for I know we better than the men. But when I take the time out to consider my convictions, I ain't seeing them in the criteria. I see points for rendition, points for presentation. I don't see a party leader anywhere in the criteria. So whether I vote PAM or vote Labour, it's not in the criteria.
Yes, that's Sister Queen singing Jackie. Jacqueline Hazel Leader, my teacher. Celebrated 50 years in the art form, 50 long years. Great contribution. I attended her event there, her 50th anniversary celebration day on Sunday. And man, I was impressed with the overall presentation. And you talk about a supporter. You know, you cannot be positive in life without having a strong supporter behind you. And I have to give a lot of praises to the man there, Brother Morris Leader, for supporting Jackie like that. Because whether it's a friend, a wife, a girlfriend, a family member, whatever, if you have someone that can support you and have your back like Mr. Leader supported Jackie, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. Just like in anything else in government, if you have cabinet members who are together, no matter what is taking place, you will beat the odds and do the things right. Now, Jackie, I play that song about the criteria simply because the conversation I'm going into, for some years now, I've been speaking about the state of affairs for our carnival committees, our carnival celebration, the planning committee people they put in place. And like Dwyer always says, for whatever reason, government after government, we have square pegs in round holes. I'm pretty sure many of you would have listened to my commentary last year in regards to the semifinals that took place down at Port Zante and what was done. And there was a lot of, to me, simple mistake repeated itself this year. But I tried to stay away from the politics because every time I open my mouth, you know what I say, cussing the government and cussing the committee. All I'm doing is giving constructive criticism from a distance. Because people call out to me all the time, say, Mauricio, did anybody reach out to you from the Carnival committee? You have been doing this thing for years. You have been promoting bands all over the world. You have come to St. Kitts and take part in Carnival and whatever, whatever. Why we're not seeing you? I'm not going to push myself into anything. But if I see a conversation going down the wrong direction and I can make an input with the hope to gain some correction going forward, because just what happened in the morning, what wrong in the morning can be correct at night. You know? The mistakes that was made for the entire year and since Sugar Mass 53, cannot be corrected overnight. And as I said at the top of the program, why I'm doing this podcast this evening is not because I want to be here, you know, because my bed, I enjoy that very much. You know, I don't take my shower. I would have been happy to just go and lay across my bed, play some domino on my phone till I fall asleep. But I think it's a responsibility that I need to come and have the conversation. So what really happened last night while they're relaxing, I decided to scroll through social media. And I come across an article here by the St. Kitts Nevis Times. And basically, it was saying that the Carnival Committee is reaching out to vendors via their rules about the size of vendors' booth and the parade out there and what do you call it? 4th Street. And the chair lady, I realized that she made a comment and said that the headline of the article is misleading. And the writer or the person, I guess, who wrote the article asked for her to give corrections to what the article may have said wrong and give her some props. I don't know props or what, because Shannon, in my view, have outdo her time. Shannon should have never been chairperson for Carnival still. And this is now attack on Shannon. Shannon has done her thing. She have done great for the Carnival, but they have done their time. They have outplayed themselves. Even my boy Monarch, I can say to Monarch, I campaign for you to be a part of Carnival committee because over the years you and I have worked together, and I figure you should have some experience to guide them in the right direction. And you and I have agreed on basically everything prior to you getting into the Carnival committee. But now you're named director and everything got in the wrong direction. And trying to talk to you sometimes is like talking to a dead wall. And it's very simple. This point I'm going to make right now, I hope you don't take it personal, but it's a reality check. Because you had a store on 4th Street upstairs there, Kotaka, whatever the name of the store was. And the sidewalks, the width of those sidewalks have not changed in 40-something years. So I don't understand why this conversation are taking place now. And this what bring me to this conversation, Mona. And sister, chair lady, I decided to ignore the New York St. Kitts Nevis Times and go directly to the St. Kitts National Carnival Committee site. And what I saw there, and I'm going to read it in its entirety, okay? Because I want us to have a clear and fair understanding of what we need to do. Stop support wrong because you're close to somebody or you're connected to the government in power. We need to call a spade, like Jackie said, and make the corrections, right? The article on the website of the, and the media page of the National Carnival Committee it says for immediate release, SKNNCC press release to vendors on 4th Street, dated December 30, 2024. So that was yesterday. To all vendors operating on 4th Street, the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee wishes to address an important matter regarding vendor setups during the upcoming parade days on the 1st and 2nd of January 2025. It has come to our attention that some vendors, specifically on 4th Street, are blocking the sidewalks with their tents, tables, and other structures in order to ensure the safety of revelers, pedestrians, and spectators. It is critical that all vendors adhere to the regulations set forth by the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee. Now, what are these regulations? According to what's on the site, please be reminded, each vendor is permitted to utilize a maximum footprint of a 10 by 10 tent and table. Again, please be reminded that each vendor is permitted to utilize the maximum footprint of a 10 by 10 tent and table, or another structure that allows sufficient pedestrian passing on the sidewalk. Maintaining clear and accessible sidewalk is essential, especially during the highly congested parade days. Now, it went on. Failure to comply with this regulation and to immediately reduce the size of your setups will unfortunately necessitate the SKNNCC to reroute the parade away from 4th Street. We must prioritize safety and accessibility for everyone attending street activities. We appreciate your cooperation and understanding in making this year's event safe and enjoyable for all. Thank you for your immediate attention to this matter. Now, I realize that with this hogwash, and I call it hogwash coming from Carnival Committee, yeah? Tell them Mauritius says so. This press release is hogwash. And I'll explain to you why. We just had Juve morning on the 26th of December. Those vendor setups, there was the, and I see Miss Harley, the chairlady, and media outlets and all kind of people on the parade route, on the Juve route. I walk back and forth on 4th Street. So from the 26th, they're telling me that it's only now it come to the attention that vendors set up on the sidewalk along 4th Street. That's what they're trying to tell me. Were they sleeping for the past couple of days when they were setting up for Juve, and were all of them sleeping during the Juve session all day for them to just realize to come with this hogwash? And why you call it hogwash, While the Carnival Committee is telling the vendors that they are supposed to set up within a footprint on the sidewalk of a 10 by 10 tent. Any Kittitian that is familiar with St. Kitts, because we got Kittitian who got passport and never fly into the country, so they would not understand. And we got some people who out there in the diaspora that never come to us Carnival or have not walked up 4th Street. They might have just went straight to the airport or to the seaport and left, so they don't understand what 4th Street is. So let me explain to you guys before I get into the meat of the matter what 4th Street is. I took my 25 feet or 25-foot measuring tape this morning because I don't want to come here this evening with no false information. Because when I saw that article last night at the National Carnival Committee, I was pissed. And I say, here it goes again. These people out there supposed to be having a whole year to stage for these activities. Continue to mess up. And every time there's a problem, they blame the revelers, they blame the citizens, when they're the ones supposed to be taking care of these things. And these committees, all they want to think about is getting the season pass, and their free drinks, and their free food, and this, whatever perks. But they don't have a clue what is involved in planning the things right. So I went down to 4th Street today, and a few people stopped me, want to know what I'm doing measuring the sidewalks. If I'm with Carnival Committee, I told them no. DJ Marish, I like to know when he's having a conversation, he's bringing the facts. Because I know I got some haters out there who have a problem with me bringing this positive message to you, the people, and the ratings that the program is getting and the mileage that is covering. I know some of them have a problem with it. So I need to know whenever I come here, I come with the facts. So I can come here tonight and say to you, while the National Carnival Committee has leased rent spaces on 4th Street for vendors to set up and make a few dollars, and telling these people that they have the authority to utilize a 10 by 10 tent footage space. The reality is that there's no sidewalk on 4th Street, starting from the foot of 4th Street by the old Treasury building, where used to be Royal Bank. It's now the Bank of Nevis and Ballahu. Starting there to the top of Keon Street. There's only one area on 4th Street that has a 10-foot or a 10 feet width. Every other area is between 5, 6, and 1 or 2 might be 8 feet. I took a few measurements and I'm going to share them with you because I want you all to see the cheerleader, you know. And I want you all to see the director, Clement Monaco Garo. Tell them if you don't understand the thing, come and ask a question. I will work with them. Because while they gave people permission to set up a 10 by 10 footprint, our tent, and the sidewalk is only 6 feet wide, then they're going to put 4 feet into the street. So the problem are not the vendors. The problem is you, the people at Carnival Committee that gave this scenario. You all went down there and you all measure out your 10 feet space and you paint the area, the length. But you all never took into consideration that over the years, all the years I have known Carnival in St. Kitts, the sidewalk have always been occupied. People walk in the street to get to and from. This ain't nothing new. When Babsy was alive, it was the same thing they set up over there by Wall's bookstore. And they do their thing. It is not nothing new. So I don't understand what Carnival Committee is trying to do. Yesterday, the 30th, the eve of New Year's, about safety. And we got some people online entertaining and say, oh, yes, we agree with you. It's for safety. And it's nonsense. You all need to be realistic. I keep saying, we all campaign for a change of government because we want it better for our country. But while the change has come, and we see them making the mistakes, we have a responsibility to correct them, help them. They're not going to know everything. Let us say a cussing, that's not a problem. But I will speak truth to power so that we can see some improvement. So I took a few measurements today, and let me give them to you as I did it, how I did it. I did some measurement on the width of the sidewalk from the Bank of Nevis. From the building to the edge of the curb wall to the drain is 6 feet. 6 feet. So if a vendor was to set up a stall there and they use a 10-foot print, it's going to be in the street 4 feet over. That will create a problem for the bands and the floats coming up. So what I can say to you is that thank God that these vendors use their own brain. They did not go much beyond the drain. They stay within the curb wall, right? And the opposite side of Bank of Nevis, where the old Ballahu was, when I measure that side, you get 8 feet from the wall to the drain line, to the drain. I went a little further up where they have the Polo Company. When I measure from the wall to the drain, 5 feet. How can you get a 10-foot span with when the sidewalk is 5 feet? Then you're going to go into the road 5 feet. Remember, it's Carnival Committee giving them this permission. Opposite that, there's something called Sports Zone. I measure that again. 5 feet. That's what the sidewalk was. I went across to Republic Bank. I measured the sidewalk by Republic Bank. 6 feet. 6 feet. I go up a little further by the bakery there. I think it's Island Bakery. That sidewalk, 8 feet. I saw a tent there, and that tent protrude over to the drain about 11 feet, and I questioned those guys. I said, you're a foot over what the rules that Carnival gave you. And the person explained to me that one of the inspectors from the Carnival committee came and realized where the tent was set up. It would block the windows for the bakery. They would not be able to open or close the windows. So they gave them the okay to come out. And that is why it protruded into the street. I went and I checked across the road by Island Flavors. I measure again from the wall to the drain. 6 feet. My final 2 measurements was up at Digicel, the telephone company. From the corner of the building at Digicel to the drain is 6 feet. Right across the road from Digicel, from the building to the drain is 6 feet. I say all of this to say, my good people, when we have these people that we put on these committees, our subcommittees are in areas, there's words I would like to use that I cannot use this evening because they're not screwing up, they're effing up. And for whatever reason, we have their friends and colleagues is entertaining it about safety. Safety, my backside. I was on 4th Street, Juve morning. The thousands of revelers that came up there. Everything was cool. The people struggle all year long. Small business getting knockabout can't make $1. Sugar mass is an opportunity for people to make a little dollar. And they go out there and they spruce up themselves and they organize themselves to make $1. So they come out and they set up their things. We have to work around them. And they're providing a service. Because when it comes to Carnival, whether it's in the Virgin Islands or wherever I go, I look forward to the local cuisine. My little black pudding, my little conch water, my little pancake, and whatever the local dishes are, I look forward to it. And these vendors are doing a very good job. Sister Carmen, Day of Carmen Caterers, when I saw her Juve morning, I should have been drinking some tea. But you know what I had? Conch water and Johnny cake, which was lovely. I was able to bang a few drinks after that because my stomach had a lining. Just the same today. I went by Carmen and to get lunch. She had conch water, and because I enjoyed it so much, Juve morning, I went for another one today, took another one. So I'm saying to you people out there, if you're on the route, Carmen booth is right across from Rams, set up right across from Rams. So check out Carmen and just tell her DJ Marisha sent you. She'll take care of you. But my good people, we need to stop trying to make life hard on our people. It's Carnival, it's sugar mass. Make that adjustment. Make that adjustment to accommodate the citizens and the visitors alike that is coming home to get that sugar mass experience. I listen to people chatting nonsense about the Carnival have outgrown the city. They want to go on the bypass road. Bullshit. If these floats and the parade route and the Juve go on the bypass road, you're taking the culture out of the thing. And the little businesses that try to make $1 during the year that struggle on 4th Street would not make that $1. They're going to go out of business. I want to know, when they're sitting around these tables under the tree, however they make these decisions, who they was really talking to? It's like nobody to say, come back. You're making a mistake, come back. We know the size of 4th Street. We know what it's all about. Like I said, 40 plus years, the size of the street has not changed. So those revelers that want to make their big, extravagant costume, and like in New York where they have 6 lanes, 8 lanes on the parkway, tell them keep them in New York. Give them a criteria of the size, the maximum size of their costume and their floats they can use to come to 4th Street. Leave the vendors alone. I come here this evening to defend the vendors. I come here this evening to defend the local people. I come here this evening to defend the small businesses. Take all your hand off of them. Because if I don't take all your hand off of them, we're going to come out there and do what we have to do to take all you from where you be. You all was elected into office as a government to take care of the people and to keep the culture going. It's bad enough the big guy said things ain't going well, but he's the one that messing up himself too, because things ain't going well. I'm going to come to that soon, you know, because he got things ain't going well. But he got a whole bunch of young ladies dressed like God knows what. Lovely ladies dancing up a storm. Things going well for them because they could afford to buy a lovely suit. But the point I'm trying to make, my good people, when are you hear nonsense coming from the National Carnival Committee? Whether you're supporting your government or your friends are not, tell them cut out the nonsense. Do the work. Do the planning. Don't touch your carnival. Don't touch your festival. The best place for this festivity is where it's at now. They already mess up the Calypso show and turn it into a recital. Because we're not getting Calypsos anymore. You all look at last year. You all look at what happened this year. We're not getting Calypsos anymore. They don't mess up that. I do not know how long it's going to take to fix, but I'm not seeing Calypso. The Calypsonians gone to sleep. So much information to sing about, nobody touching them. They'll sing lullaby. Lullaby for Calypso show. Now you accept them things there. The judges agree with it. You know. So my good people, I come to cost tonight, you know. Like I said, it's how much? 5:38, I said I'm going to do a little hour, you know. But I just wanted to let the vendors know. Anybody come and touch all your boot them. Me not try to start no war for nobody or with nobody. But tell them you all are within the scope of the guidelines. That's the criteria they gave you. That's the regulation they gave you. They got to work with it. As I said, I walk from the bottom of 4th Street to the top of 4th Street. The people to blame is the National Carnival Committee that make these bad decisions. The things already gone bad a morning, can't come good evening. Leave the people alone. Let us have a safe New Year's, a safe parade, a safe last lap, and next year, not next year, but following Sugar Mars 53, let's jump on it right away to make the necessary corrections, my good people. But take the politics out of the carnival. Please. Not because you all ain't benefiting out of it now. All of a sudden I want to change the rules. You understand? Take the politics out of the carnival and let the people enjoy themselves. Back to my boy now, my boy Big Lights. The best kaiso of the night. No doubt should have won the crown. No doubt. But Big Lights, I got a question to ask you. And I'm going to ask you publicly because privately you might cost me. You dressed up well for your presentation, for your song. You dressed well. Good choice of gear. But you're going to tell me whether all them boys in Care that are just past, they're sitting down on the corner shop, they're drinking beer. And some of them can't even afford to buy a beer. Somebody got to buy them a beer. Wouldn't it have been cheaper for you to take a couple of them in a bus, carry them on the stage, trying to have a drink, trying to play a game of domino, trying to release the stress because things ain't going well, instead of have these beautiful young ladies dressed up in lace, prancing behind you on the stage, looking like you are at some place, at some opera? The Big Lights. You lost the crown because you tried to win. Nobody cheat you. The judges did their work. You know the criteria. Presentation was part of that criteria. And you mess up big time in your criteria. So if your brothers that did such a good job writing that song and recording it and producing it, and Abanati don't want to tell you where you screw up, Marisha telling you Big Lies. We're going to have a drink on that. As a matter of fact, I was not at the show. I was in my bunker sleeping. And between sleep and wake, when I heard them say, someone named Juicy win the crown. I say, wait, Jew give Big Lies the crown. But then I look at where the crown went, I say, no, that's not Big Lies. So it forced me to go back and listen to the whole show. Had to go back and look at the whole show over and realize what happened. It was it wasn't a Calypso show. It really wasn't a Calypso show, Big Lies. You were singing in the wrong show. You were singing in the wrong show and you used the wrong presentation. And for the folks online who did not have the opportunity, the band did a good job. Big Lies went down well. And I'm going to drop the track here now because his presentation was on the money except of those dancers he had in the back. You know, we have to be fair.
Not going well. Hey! Kaiso time now. Enough of this. Hey! Good night, everybody! Things not going well. You thought I was joking when I start complaining that things in this country not going well. You ignored my warning, and instead of heeding to the things I said, you gave me hell. But instead of getting better, we deeper in the mire. Now the whole ship going under. And all across the country, the people unhappy, can't eat, can't sleep, and fearing for their safety. And they crying, things not going well. I can't hear you. Things not going well. Let me hear you, man. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody have to tell you that what I say is true, because it ain't only me. Can you feeling it too? There's hardly anybody in this land not catching hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Kaiso, man! Let me hear you!
Kaiso!
This ain't a Queen show, this is a Calypso show! Hey! Whoop, whoop, whoop! Hey! Yeah, man! Yep. Listen carefully. The crime situation in this federation shows things really not going well. Murder rates are rising, the bodies are wrecking, the country going through real hell. It is clear that what we're doing simply is not working. Meanwhile, another family is in mourning, while some blame the police for the obvious increase. For me, Israel without justice, there is no peace. And they're crying, things not going well. I can't hear you, things not going well. Let me hear you, man! Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you that what I say is true, because it ain't only me. You feeling it too? There's hardly anybody in this land not catching hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Kaiso!
Yeah, man.
Hi!
Good Lord.
All them small business crying out, things stop. In the business sector, things not getting better. Small business owners going through real hell. It's like we're forgetting that they are the engine, and when they thrive, the country does well. As we look to build a future where everyone does better, we need a very strong small business sector. We have no other option to save this nation but to join hands and work in unison. And they find things not going well. I can hear you, things not going well. Let me hear you, man. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you that what I say is true, because it ain't only me friend men feeling it too. There's hardly anybody in this land not catching hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Hey! And where they be? Them thin-skinned people. But they're supposed to be here. Where the thin skin? They're out there. This was for all you. Listen real. Boom, move up. Listen. Leaders, are you listening to all the complaining that things in this country not going well? The masses are crying, have a hard time coping, while some behaving like their heads swell. Some of your recent behavior leave much to be desired, like trifling with the media. You better take stock quickly and face reality. Oh, don't test, don't mess with our democracy. And we say things not going well. Let me hear you, man. Get up, things not going. Stand up and sing it. Things not going well. I want to hear you. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you that what I say is true. It ain't only you, Dr. Jew, feeling it too. It's hardly anybody in this land not getting hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Things not going well. What happened to the water by Taylor's Bridge? The people in shadow are calling our water, man. Dr. Joe, I want the 2,000 houses. Nice! Really nice. Maybe people said I want a fair share. Thank you, good night. Have a good time. I'll be back. Yeah! Things not going well. Kaiso, man! Things not going well.
Well, my good people, I think things going well for Big Lice, you know. They say he dropped short of a $5,000 because he became first runner-up instead of king. But for his presentation, he's the one that tried the crown. So Big Lice, this is my advice to you. If you ever get powerful songs like that in the future, you have to consult with DJ Marisha about your presentation. You need to work on your presentation, my brother. Your lyrics, melody, music, everything was on par. But I am of the view that your presentation did you in. Now, one thing about your song that is correct, things not going well for somebody, you know. Skelet. Things not going well for the DJ in St. Paul's at all, you know. My light bulb right in front, my property here, was out for months. 2-3 months waiting. They said that there was out of bulbs. Back order. When the stock of bulbs come in, they're going to come and take care of me. Well, on the 30th of November, you know, I hear beeping sound on the outside, so I go to see what's going on. There was a bucket truck out there doing some repairs. I got back my light. And the 30th of November, sunrise for me. The night, Saturday night, the 30th of November. Beautifully. Well, if things couldn't get no worse for my new year, my cousin down the block, they asked me to come and check something for him last night. I walk out there last night and the place is dark. So I say, wait, current can't go on and I got current in the house. What's going on here? When I check the surrounding, every street lamp is lit, but the same lamp that they fix, you know. The 30th of December, sun set on me again. Exactly a month from that lamp was repaired. Well, I reached out to Skelec earlier today, you know, and I explained to them the situation. I tell them I was really looking for a bright new year, bright and prosperous new year in every aspect of my life. But you all start me off on the wrong path, so I do not know what is going to be dark for me. Because you all dark up my place. New Year's is almost here. Will you guys be able to come and take care of my light, my street light? They said they cannot promise that. So I guess I'm going to be standing alone in the dark in St. Paul's while everybody has got street light. The DJ going to be here again in the dark. So Skelec, things not really going well for me at all. So I'm going to have to join with Big Lights and stand alone on this one and talk the things them. I don't know who is responsible, but you all please try come and give the DJ a little light. You know, I really would appreciate it. If I had a bucket truck, I'll take care of it myself.
Madam Speaker, we would like to file a motion of no confidence against Duncan Big Lice Watley. We need to get rid of him. It's either he go or we go.
That's how you go.
Repeat after me. I, Duncan Big Lice Watley, take this oath to be the people's voice.
I do. Worship.
That's where you mess up again in your presentation, partner. Presentation gone bad again.
Kaiso! I'm the leader of the opposition. Your worship, may I tell my story? For speaking truthfully, they ostracize me, but that's okay to set you free. Once my conscience clear, Big Lice has no fear of anyone, so I don't care. They take away my position because I tell the nation of the presence of deep division. But their subsequent action has been a revelation of a divided administration. So if it means that I have to, I'm standing alone. Even if I am close to, I'm standing on my own. But I will not flinch, will not give an inch. I refuse to be deterred. There are truths that must be heard. I cannot stand around and watch my country run aground. Not if I could help it. From my bully pulpit, it is my obligation as leader of the opposition. I say I have no choice but to be the people's voice. Oh yeah, yeah. I have no choice but to be the people's voice. Madam Speaker, allow me to tell you how it went. They even took me to court. They came real hard at me, even legally, trying to silence me permanently. I guess they thought I'll run, but my reaction let them know that I fear no one. We're in a democracy, and that confers upon me the right to question them publicly. Elected leaders must be open to war scrutiny, or they're not fit to govern this country. So if it means that I have to, I'm standing alone. Even if I am forced to, I'm standing on my own. But I will not flinch, will not give an inch. I refuse to be deterred. There are truths that must be heard. I will not stand around and watch my country run aground. Not if I could help it. From my bully pulpit, it is my obligation as leader of the opposition. I say I have no choice but to be the people's voice. I have no choice but to be the people's voice.
Kaiso, Kaiso.
Madam Speaker, I love him. 5 more minutes. Country above self. Our motto states clearly, unambiguously, for us to put country before party. So don't expect me to see and not see my country takes priority. And if in my opinion, and based on observation, we're headed in the wrong direction, don't expect silence from me as long as I am healthy. I don't play that kind of hypocrisy. So if it means that I have to, I'm standing alone. Even if I am forced to, I'm standing on my own. But I will not flinch, will not give an inch. I refuse to be deterred. There are truths that must be heard. I will not stand around and watch my country run around. Not if I could help it. From my bully pulpit, it is my obligation as leader of the opposition. I say I have no choice but to be the people's voice. I have no choice but to be the people's voice. Madam Speaker, allow me to speak to Dr. Ju. Dr. Ju, come up here, please. Last verse, final verse. Stand right there, right there. Listen carefully. Hi. Mr. Prime Minister, as the nation's leader, here are some things for you to consider. For 30 long years, Denzel run the affairs. I think it's time that he disappears. You must act decisively from the man from number 3 who want to put a gag order on we. Tell he and the attorney and my good friend Sam for me, you don't play that kind of hypocrisy. So if it means that you have to, you must stand alone. Even if you are forced to, you must stand up on your own. But you cannot flinch, cannot give an inch. You must refuse to be deterred. There are truths that must be heard. You cannot stand around and watch them want to take my crown. Not if you could help it. From your bully pulpit, it is your obligation as leader of this great nation. You have no choice but to give me that crown tonight. Oh yeah, yo. You have no choice to give me that crown tonight. Thank you. Good night. I love you. I love you. Woo. Nice summer. Worship. Make peace. Philip Escobar. Kaiso! Kaiso!
Well, Big Lies said it PM. Prime Minister Joe have no choice but to give him the crown kaiso night. But I don't recall Prime Minister being one of the judges. So again, Brother Lice, I guess he was sleeping. I heard a name call of a judge, and bad enough chief judge, Glendale Hubbard. Glendale, I have to have a conversation with you. What do you know about Calypso? It's because that was a queen should have put you there to judge. Because there's many other individuals out here that I know would be more capable of judging kaiso. But we'll talk at some point. My good people, as I said, I didn't come here for long. I just wanted to address the matter of 4th Street. And I want our citizens to have a healthy conversation about 4th Street. We elect individuals to be ministers of government, and we give them mandates. And they go in there and do as they please, and we just sit back and either stay quiet or fight amongst ourselves to defend the wrong. I don't know how that works, but that seems to be a St. Kitts culture, St. Kitts Nevis culture. We put people in these committees, and they go there, and I don't know, it's when they wake up from their sleep, they realize that things ain't going well, things is wrong, and they react. I am asking the Carnival committee, please, the festival is almost at its end. Allow the vendors to make their little money. Allow the revelers to enjoy themselves. Whatever we got to do, let us work with it. There is no need to change the parade route. I was on 4th Street today. I checked for myself. I was there Juve morning. There was more revelers on the road Juve morning than what's going to be on the road tomorrow. Right? So when you are making all your reactive decisions, I am asking you all to please simmer down. Let the people enjoy themselves. Let the folks get a chance to see the city. Many people may not even see the city again after Sugar Mass. They stay in the countryside. Only during Juve and parade, they bring the kids into town, whatever. So I simmer down. Whatever little mistakes you all made, Honorable Samuel Duggins, the ball is in your hand, you know, is in your court. You need to reshuffle the committee all got there. I sit back last year and watch the mistakes made, and they repeat themselves this year. If you all expect this culture to survive, as we go along and mistakes are made, nothing wrong with reshuffling. If these individuals in those positions want to be a part and make their contributions, they can make it in another way that they're capable of. But you cannot have them there making the same mistake after mistakes and just pointing fingers and blaming people. While Big Lies said things ain't going well, I see some display of bottoms on the road there Juve morning. I would only hope that Dwyer was not on the road Juve morning, because I think last year, the year before, he did an article that his heart was not doing too well after what he saw. Well, it was even worse Juve gone there. So if anybody see Dwyer, check on him for me. If there's any doctors online, check on Dwyer. If we have to pay you, we will raise the funds to pay you, but make sure that Dwyer heart is okay, because them things are going on the road. Them is not legal battle, eh? Them things is definitely violation in the worst of way. So, my good people, I'm going to shut it down in a bit, but before I do that, I want to encourage those drivers out there that you got a role to play for safe transportation of our people who don't have vehicles. I see the police doing their best, checking stops, I guess they're checking for weapons and registration and whatever. What I see the police is not checking for is those smooth tires on these vehicles. These buses have on what we call socks. Very smooth. And I can speak on it because I experienced it. I was in a bus some morning ago, and that bus driver did not have a middle seat belt. And he got a ticket for the seat belt, not having the seat belt. but the tires was worse than the seat belt. And some weeks later, I think you guys would not forget the tragedy of the accident where I think some 5 individuals lost their lives in that collision. Many of these buses, their tires are not adequate to be on the road. And I'm calling on the powers that be to start checking these buses, their tires, and make sure that they're in safe mode. The bus fare went up, people paying more for transportation, and people deserve a little respect and safety on the road. So that's all I'm asking for Sugar Mass 53, our bus drivers. Be a little safe, because the life you save might just be your own life. And our forces out there, they're working with what they got. They don't have everything they need. They're not at full strength. They're doing the best that they can. I have been speaking to many of those forces out there. I know the high command, my good boy there, Mr. Sutton, he might not be happy with me because I call them out how I see things. But when I call out you all, it is not to bring you all down. It's to wake up you all to what you all need to do, because some of you sleeping. Some of these ministers of government are definitely sleeping. And some of you folks in the high command, if you all are not sleeping, then you all are not supposed to be in the job that you're in. I'm not going to touch the politics tonight, because it's all is night. But next week, Wednesday, when I come here at 6, we're going to be loaded and ready to rumble. Lots to talk about next Wednesday. But for tonight, I just want to say a good evening to a few folks. Happy Holi, and wishing you all a happy new year and everything like that. Sylvia Debreu, good evening. Suzette James, Brother Carmel Henry, good evening. Valerie Hanley, good evening. Sister Beverly Marisha, good evening. How are you doing? Sister Gwyneth Marisha, good evening. How are you doing? Sarah Walters, Natasha Isles, Francine Bishop, Hazel Claxton, good evening, sister. How are you doing? Barbara Edwards, good evening. My mascot there, Dorothy Allen, how are you doing? Hope all is well. Brother Dwyer Astafan, Loretta Clark, really, good evening. GHWB General, welcome to the ride. Valentine Buchanan, Rosella Powell, Pauline Swanston, Anita Stanley, Gregory James, Gemini Nisbet, welcome to the ride. Denville Webson, welcome to the ride. About the boy, Thaddeus Deposo. Theodosia Williams, good evening, welcome to the ride. Casey King, Sergeant, welcome. Prophet Francis, welcome to the ride. Karen Christopher, Tiny Herbert, Margaret Skeet, Dwayne Jones, Brother Everson Harris, how are you doing, my brother? Hope all is well. Jed is here in St. Kitts, so I do not know if you're aware. Jed and Ivy is here in St. Kitts. Anthony Woodley, good evening, welcome. Bouncer Francis, how are you doing, star? Hope all is well. Brother Desmond Clarkston, the King Chubby, how are you doing? Monica Brown, Meadow Farms, Brother Hatward, Prince Hatward Williams, how are you doing? The Turkey Killer, Jermaine Anthony, Sister Val Patrick Morris, how are you doing? Hope all is well, sister. How is my boy Carl Morris there? Shorty, everything good? Boy, have a pleasant Holi and a happy new year when you come in. My boy Sour, Brother Evan Brown, Patsy Brown, Marco, and the rest. Hope all is well with you guys. My uncle there, Eustace Hutchinson there in the St. Croix area. My cousin there, Ken Bernier, there in St. Thomas. Sister Pam, how you guys doing? Brother Benter, season greetings. Evan Jeffers there in the UK. What time is it in the UK, by the way? Brother Livingston Brown, welcome to the ride. Brother Deacon Oral Jeffers, good evening. Tony Keynes. Cameron Walwyn, welcome to the ride. Jim Marisha there. Son, how are you doing? How is Sister Jazz and you guys there in the LA area? Brother Elvis William, how are you doing? The King Freddy. Heroes Morton. Roblet Thomas. Cecil Hobson. Jack Queet, good evening. How are you doing? Tara Liebert Hodge, how are you doing? Hope all is well. You're in St. Kitts or you're in Canada? Marina O'Dane. Jonathan Promotions, welcome. Pat Brooks, welcome to the ride. Rodney McKell, Sabel Webb, how are you doing? Sophia Warner, Valin Thompson, how are you doing? Welcome to the ride. Paul Peters, Amy Jeffries, Marva McIntosh, welcome. Karen Richardson, Diane Mitchum, Elvis Marisha, Centric Daniel, JT Taylor, how are you doing, sir? Wenda Scanton, Teresa Irish, Arthur Willett, Larry Wharton, how are you doing? Nadine Douglas, Avril Dickinson, welcome to the rider. What the mission man Molly, how are you doing? Thelma Griffin, Ola Sim Martin, good evening, sir, how are you doing? The mighty Pat Ferdinand, how are you doing? Christopher Williams, good evening. Raymond Cotton, Celine Tobias, Gwen, how are you doing, Sister Gwen? Anelta Robinson, good evening. Bingis, welcome to the ride. Olivia David, Ed Subacha, good evening. Ed Subacha Keynes. Brother Claxton, I just have to give Glenn a little touch up, you know. Brother Oakland Benta, how are you doing? Raymond Francis, Tarita Clark, Carl Morris there. Well, folks, there's a lot of names online here, but I cannot take up the whole night doing that. So I have a song here from Antigua. I have to borrow this song because this song is so fitting with the needs for what is taking place in St. Kitts at the moment. Also, good night to Brother Austin Williams, Sister Lara. How are you doing? Hope all is well. The man Francis. Hope all is well with you. My daughter there, Rochelle Marisha there in the Ohio area, and the grandkids. Hope all is well. My sister Alicia, how are you doing? Brother Glenville Lawrence, thanks for all your hard work throughout the year, keeping those clips coming and cutting. Thank you. My engineer, man Ike, out of TNT, want to thank you for your continued support, brother. We're heading into our 5th anniversary. It's a lot of work, but you stick with it. Appreciate that. Want to touch my folks there in the Tobago area. Sister Gloria Beard, how are you doing? How is Brother Victor Beard? Hope all is well. Sister Melissa Beard. My partner there, the man Roger Wallace, and my missionary there, Sister Deborah Wallace. Hope all is well with you. The man Daniel there in the Trinidad area. My praise goes out to you folks in Trinidad. I understand that there's a lot happening there in Trinidad, and there should be some curfews and stuff that will be going in place. Here in St. Kitts, we don't have that issue. So for your folks in Trinidad and Tobago who need a peace of mind and a lovely place to relax, come on over to St. Kitts. We'll find some space for you here. You know, St. Kitts is nice. We just have to put the politician them in line. You know, some of them falling back. But we can fix them. They're capable. They're not too far gone to fix. So we're doing good. I want to big up the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Joe. How are you doing? You and your First Lady, your kids, and your family. Wishing you all a pleasant old year and look forward to a happy and prosperous new year, successful new year. We have a lot of things to do to improve the current situation, and with a little conversation and a little listening, and things can move in the right direction. You know, last week I had a conversation, and I have to share this joke with you guys because it's Old Year's night. So why not give some Old Year's stuff and we could go into the new year positively? I mean, you guys know that this podcast came online because of my boy there, Timothy Harris, locking me down in quarantine and, you know, not willing to listen to the DJ and certain things I wanted to see them change. And I recall saying to him on his podcast during the Leadership Matters program that since I waited 2 years for a meeting and couldn't meet with him, I will try him in the public square and I will speak to the next Prime Minister. Well, they had it like a joke. They didn't think the little black boy from St. Paul's was capable of doing that. But we know the end result, what it is. There's a new Prime Minister. But last Sunday, to my surprise, the former Prime Minister reached out to me. And I was happy to hear from him because it was never nothing personal when I was going at him. Him and I never had any issue other than what took place under the Unity administration, and what get me ass up was the arrest of 3 of our citizens and the tear gas, and nobody willing to listen about that. And you know, you got people in St. Kitts. One guy there up to yesterday trying to tell me he never knew of the people who got arrested because of placard and tear gas and this kind of stuff. And I do not know if people are sleeping because they seem not to hear a lot of things when their government is in power. But when they're in opposition, they hear a lot of things. But I want to big up the Honorable Timothy Harris. You're a man of metal, and I have to look at you differently because the kind of blows that I throw under you on this program, I have said less on this podcast about the present government that I campaigned for. Some of them have me to kill. They don't want to hear from me. They don't want to see me. All because they tell me, hold their foot to the fire. I haven't hold their foot as yet, but I'm trying to show them where they're going wrong. And you can't find them. You can't get a return call. You try to have meetings to speak about people business. They don't have the time. But you, Mr. Harris, someone that I trust some serious blows on this podcast, say it necessary to reach out to the DJ. I got family that have not spoken to me in 4 years because they supported you, Timothy. They stopped talking to me, took the mouthpiece from me because I was dealing with the matters of state. So those families currently still not speaking to me. But you are a man of stature. I give you back your baton, I give you back your whip. For you to pick up the phone and reach out to the DJ. You're a man. And I look forward to our conversation in the new year. Because guess what? No matter who will and can do it, we have to have a different direction. We got a nation to build and a country to mold. And whoever is capable of doing that job. If these who they know don't want to do it, somebody have to step up to the plate. But the DJ is about country, is about state, not self.
2 islands, 1 country, A and B, Antigua, Barbuda.
Like we have lost our sanity, and we are ready to sink this country. Tooth Moon and Sam must share the blame for spoiling our country's name. The contributor is really to our nation's downfall. Oh my, we're not patriotic at all. But in fighting together, not among one another, is the only war we should wage. Only sober decision will prove we have come of age. Every citizen to the cause of justice must rise. We must live together and not rationalize. Dedicated to your country, cause it's body, mind, and soul. We have a nation to win, a nation to win, a country to hold. We have a nation to win, a country to hold. Where is your sense of loyalty? What is your contribution to your country? None at all. Where's the concern for the suffering majority? Take gas and strikes to no good for your country. We have been afraid to make a success of this nation, but we fight and flight, no brain coordination. Brother, we fighting together, not among one another, is the only war we should wage. Only sober decision could prove we have come of age. Every citizen to the cause of justice must rise. We must live together and not rationalize. Dedicated to your country, cause it's body, mind, and soul. We have a nation to win, a nation to win, a country to hold. We have a nation to win, a country to hold.
Kaiso,
We're too preoccupied with politics. We make our decisions just for kicks.
Various diseases are on the rise. To these and more, we're closing our eyes.
Let's get down to the task of nation building one and all.
And as the anthem says, let me rise to our country's call.
When it's fighting together, not among one another, is the only war we should wage. Only sober decisions will prove we have come of age.
Every citizen to the cause of justice must rise. We must live together and not rationalize. Dedicated to your country's cause, body, mind and soul. We have a nation to win, a nation to win, a country to hold. We have a nation to win, a country to hold.
Yes, for sure. We have a nation to build and a country to mold, my good people. Before I get out of here, you know, I cannot leave this area without touching my brother there over in the Nevis area there, the man Carbo. Let's hear what Carbo have to tell us about his lovely goat water and stuff there in the NIA area.
Cabo's, located at Fountain Village in Nevis, is the go-to spot for your Saturday treats. Tantalize your taste buds with his delectable Cabo's Delicacy Goat Water. Or, if you prefer some soul food, then Cabo's Fungi and Fish is definitely the way to go. Call ahead and reserve at 869-663-9694. Then make your way over to Cabo's and enjoy the vibrant atmosphere while you savor your delicacy. Cabo's, we are not changing, we are only improving.
Food all over. Food all over. You got the food all over.
Yes, I'm going to talk about food all over, you know. Just check the streets of Bass there and ask for Sister Carmen of Carmen Catering right there tomorrow across from the Rams there, right before you enter.
Girl, Sandra, you know where you can find nice, fresh, local food 7 days a week, one provision and all kind of thing. Girl, where? Right down there by Shellings, by Carmen Catering Services. Girl, she opposite the bus stop. Girl, and she also cater for weddings, parties, anything you want to cater for, funeral and all. Girl, and trust me, you're going to enjoy the food. And she also selling bites and Sundays. Opposite the car shop, right down the main road. Girl, you could call 665-1494 or 663-6005 to order your food or go and pick up your food. Girl, the food that is finger licking and you get your money what you ain't want.
Yes, you don't want nothing more than that, my good people. But for tomorrow and for last lap, you will find Carmen, like I said, right across from the Rams supermarket over there and the Bay Road, close to the Treasury building. That's where she's operating out of. But on Sunday, you can find her right there in Boyd's at the bus stop from midday. You'll get some lovely dishes while you're in town. Let me hear my boy, brother Malvin Gums of the Spectrum Band Individuals have to say about the DJ.
Hey, this is Malvern from Spectrum Band, and you're listening to DJ Marisha, playing you the best in Caribbean music.
You got that.
Hey, this is Malvern from Spectrum Band, and you're locked into DJ Marisha. Keep it locked.
Right there.
Wednesday evenings are heating up. Log on to DJ Marishall's Facebook Live broadcast every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a frank and a candid exploration into the social, cultural, political, and economic issues affecting our federation. And just in case you missed it, you can also catch the broadcast on his YouTube channel, DJ Marisha. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and smash that bell. You will be notified whenever he goes live. DJ Marisha, every Wednesday evening, Facebook 6 to 8 p.m. or thereafter on his YouTube channel, DJ Marisha. Log on.
You heard it right, every Wednesday evening, starting next Wednesday, the 8th of January, back on schedule from 6 to 8 p.m. I want to say special good evening to my godmother there, Sister Joyce Bedford, and Brother Bedford there in the Florida area. A pleasant Holy Eve, and I look forward to prosperous New Year for you guys. My father there, Alfonso in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Season greetings to you and the young lady there. Look forward to seeing you in the new year. Hope all is well. Well, folks, it comes that time where I cannot say good evening to everybody. Otherwise, I will be here all night. So, Sister Anelta Robinson, good night. Lynn, hope all is well with everyone. And I just want to say it has been, for me, a pleasure serving you for the past 4 years. More so, 2024 has been a challenge, and I look forward to a much more bright and successful 2025, and I wish the same to you online viewers. We will go into the new year together, and I hope that we can be that support staff up for each other and just be positive. We have to talk the things there. We have to hold our representative accountable, no matter how painful it may be. In order for this country to survive, we have to speak truth to power. So on that note, I will ask you to please listen to the lyrics of this song. I know the music is nice. I know the music is sweet and he's gonna want to dance. But please, listen to the lyrics.
Your country dying and never lend a help.
unification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. Rise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours. Can your conscience be clear? Indulging corruption or misusing public office, being accused of unemployment and crimes, or disrupting a citizen's peace. Oh, my country in this harmony, separated politically. Hatred for a brother, cannot love each other. No, I say no, potato. Citizens, let's unite and stand up for rights, all our lives and our lives. Let us reintegrate and correct our mistakes. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We'll move on together hand in hand. So rise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours.
Yes, that's the sound of the late great, the man, the King Arrow. My citizens, arise, the country is yours. Just want to say good night to Sister Dejan there and Kia in the Bronx. Want to big up Sandra, Millie, Yvonne, and crew. Hope all is well with you guys. Special evening. How about the man there, Brother Ruben, the man Bernard, and Sister Alice? Hope all is well with you guys. Tia Clark, Mary Clark, Sister Joyal. Hope you guys are doing well. The man Ingle. Hope you're doing well. The man Jed. Hope all is well with you as well, Sister Ivy and Kirk. Hope all is well with you guys. My good folks, until such time, as I call it, quits for not only this evening, but for this year. Look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. God blessings on everyone, and look forward to a bright and fruitful 2025.